Hello there, and welcome back. I'm so glad you've joined me tonight. Before we set sail into the past, may I ask where in the world you're listening from? Perhaps you're resting on a quiet sofa, wrapped in a blanket, or maybe you've tucked yourself into bed, eyes half closed, ready for a gentle journey through time. If you find comfort in these slow, thoughtful wanderings, you might like to linger with us again in the future. You're always welcome here. For now, let's take a deep breath and step softly into a world long gone, yet still echoing through our lives today. In Alexandria's sunlit streets, Amara, a 30-year-old scribe, begins her day as the first light touches the great library's marble columns. It is 250 BCE, a time when the city thrives under Ptolemy II's rule, its scholars and healers shaping a beacon of knowledge. Amara's quill dances across papyrus, recording medicinal herbs, aloe for soothing burns, myrrh for mending wounds, her work a vital thread in the community's health. She dreams of preserving Egypt's healing wisdom, ensuring it strengthens Alexandria's people, her hands moving with quiet purpose. The morning air carries the scent of the Nile, and Amara feels her heart tied to the city's vibrant pulse. A scribe among the learned, the Ptolemies honor scribes, viewing their records as a lifeline for medicine and learning. Amara's mentor, Ptolemy, a scholar with a gentle voice, guides her, sharing tales of ancient healers who blended myrrh to heal warriors' cuts. Alexandria's citizens rely on her scrolls to share remedies, and she feels the weight of this trust. Her quill, bridging past cures to future generations. She cherishes these quiet mornings, copying recipes for teas. Her focus a promise to heal through knowledge, her mind calm amidst the library's hum. Amara visits a healer, Khepri, whose small clinic near the harbor uses her scrolls to treat a child's fever. Egyptians trust scribes to preserve accurate remedies, and Amara ensures each detail is clear, learning from Ptolemy's precision. Her work binds healers, scholars, and families, fortifying Alexandria's resilience. Khepri shares tales of herbs grown along the Nile's banks, their roots deep in Egypt's soil, while a merchant passing by speaks of trade routes bringing myrrh from distant lands. Amara learns that medicine weaves many lives together, each scroll a strand in the city's rich tapestry. Her quill steady with pride, Ptolemy joins her, speaking of a festival for Isis, goddess of healing, where scribes offer scrolls to seek divine favor. Amara has attended such rituals, their chants echoing through the temple, but this one feels tied to her growing skill. He explains that the festival unites the community, ensuring Isis's blessings for their knowledge. Amara imagines the voices rising in harmony, the air filled with incense, and feels anticipation, her work a humble offering to Egypt's legacy. She helps Khepri organize jars of aloe, learning their cooling properties, her hands gentle as she listens to the healer's stories. Amara's home, a modest room near the library, is a workshop of stacked papyrus and ink pots. She carries water from a well to mix ink, feeling the weight of her duty to record accurately. Egyptians see scribes as keepers of wisdom, their scrolls reflecting the city's heart, a mirror of its health and strength. Amara dreams of a library brimming with healing texts, a sanctuary for future generations. The festival looms as a chance to pray with her people, and she practices a prayer for Isis, her voice soft, while Ptolemy shares tales of scribes who saved cures from forgotten times. The morning deepens, and Amara visits another patient with Khepri, a fisherman, Menes, whose hands are raw from nets. She records a salve of myrrh, noting its antiseptic power, her quill capturing Khepri's instructions. Menes speaks of the Nile's bounty, his catches feeding Alexandria, and Amara feels her work connects to his labor. a cycle of care. Ptolemy teaches her to verify herb sources, ensuring purity, and she learns to question each ingredient's origin, her mind sharp with new understanding. Back at home, Amara organizes her scrolls, her fingers tracing the ink. Ptolemy recounts a story of a scribe who faced a flood, salvaging scrolls to preserve knowledge. Their resilience a lesson for Amara. She feels connected to this legacy, her craft a continuation of their devotion. Khepri visits, bringing fresh aloe, and they discuss its uses for sunburns, a common ailment among sailors. Amara adds this to her notes, feeling the weight of her role, healing the community, her heart steady with purpose. The day grows warm, and Amara rests briefly in her garden, the scent of jasmine calming her thoughts. She reflects on the library scholars, their debates shaping medicine, and her part in recording their findings. Egyptians believe knowledge is sacred, a gift from the gods, and Amara feels this truth in every stroke of her quill. She imagines Thalia, a young scribe she mentor, carrying this work forward, and smiles at the thought of shared wisdom. As evening approaches, Amara prepares for the festival, gathering scrolls with Ptolemy. He speaks of Isis's temple, its walls adorned with offerings, and Amara envisions the ceremony's peace. She practices another prayer, her voice blending with the city's distant hum, feeling connected to her ancestors' faith. The Romans' influence lingers in Alexandria's streets, but Egypt's traditions remain strong, and Amra's work honors both. Her quill a bridge across cultures. Night falls, and Amara sits by her window, the library's lights twinkling in the distance. She thinks of Menes's healing hands, Khepri's skill, and Ptolemy's guidance, each a thread in Alexandria's fabric. The festival of Isis will renew her purpose, a moment to offer her scrolls and pray for wisdom. She rests, her dreams filled with papyrus and the gentle flow of the Nile, ready to join her community in worship, her heart steady with the promise of knowledge preserved. Amara sits in her home near the library, her quill scratching papyrus with notes on Mer's healing powers. The scent of ink fills the air she works, her hands steady. Ptolemy visits, sharing tales of scribes who recorded Egypt's cures, their scrolls saving lives. Amara dreams of mastering her craft, ensuring Alexandria's health, her heart tied to its scholars and healers. The morning light filters through her window, casting gentle shadows on her workspace, a quiet rhythm guiding her thoughts. Each morning, Amara visits healers, her scrolls guiding their remedies. She learns to note dosages: aloe for burns, coriander for fevers, her quill capturing each detail with care. Egyptians rely on scribes to preserve knowledge, a duty blessed by Isis. Ptolemy teaches Mer's antiseptic strength, coriander's calming effect, and Amara feels her role deepen, her records a thread in Alexandria's health. She helps Khepri mix a salve, learning precision, her hands steady as she measures each herb. The process a dance of trust. Alexandria thrives on shared wisdom, its respect for God's shaping care. Amara learns through task-swapping recipes, checking scrolls, aiding Ptolemy with translations. He shares stories of scribes facing lost scrolls, persevering through diligence, their resilience a beacon. These tales teach Amara patience, and she feels responsible, her work supporting healers and the city's future, her heart steady with pride. The library's hum grows as scholars arrive, their voices a soft chorus. Ptolemy speaks of the festival of Isis, where Amara will offer a scroll. She imagines the chants uniting scholars and healers, the temple's air thick with incense. She has joined such rituals, each strengthening her tie to her people. Ptolemy says the festival renews Alexandria's bond with Isis, ensuring wisdom's flow. Amara lies in bed that night, her mind filled with ink and the festival's promise. Feeling woven into Egypt's cycle of knowledge, her dreams calm. The family prepares for the festival. Ptolemy packs scrolls, explaining their sacred role in honoring Isis. Amara helps, learning gratitude's place in scribing, her hands arranging papyrus with care. Khepri teaches assessing a patient's breath, feeling their pulse, and Amara adds these notes to her records. Egypt's wisdom guides her, and she practices a prayer for Isis, a request for divine guidance. Her home becomes a school, each task a lesson in Alexandria's history, binding her to her ancestors' legacy. Ptolemy shows her how to tally remedies, tracking cures to improve records. Amara feels connected to her community, their work honoring the past and building the future. She visits a patient, a potter with a burn, recording aloe's use, her quill steady. The potter shares tales of crafting vessels for healers, linking their crafts. Amara learns the value of precision. Her notes a bridge between lives. The afternoon brings a scholar, Demetrius, who discusses coriander's origins. Amara records his findings, her mind expanding with new knowledge. Ptolemy praises her diligence, and she feels pride in her growing skill. The day's work fills her scrolls, each page a testament to Alexandria's intellect. She rests briefly, the scent of ink lingering, her thoughts on the festival's chants as evening falls. Amara organizes her workspace, her fingers tracing the day's work. Ptolemy shares a tale of a scribe who saved a remedy during a raid, their courage inspiring. Amara feels this legacy in her bones, her craft a continuation of their devotion. Khepri brings tea, and they discuss its soothing power, adding to Amra's notes. The community's trust in her grows, and she feels its weight. Night deepens, and Amara prepares a final scroll for the festival. She envisions the temple's peace, the priest's prayers, and her offerings place among them. Ptolemy guides her final edits, ensuring clarity, and she feels ready. The city's lights twinkle beyond her window, a reminder of its enduring spirit. Amara rests, her dreams filled with papyrus and the festival's promise, her heart full of purpose. Amara, Ptolemy, and Khepri walk to the temple of Isis near the harbor, their steps soft on Alexandria's stone paths. It is to 50 BCE, and Egyptians revere Isis, goddess of healing, gathering to offer scrolls and herbs in gratitude. Amara carries a scroll, feeling its weight, the papyrus a symbol of her labor. Khepri hums a prayer, her voice blending with the dawn's gentle breeze, and Amara feels anticipation, knowing this festival will renew her bond with her people and gods. At the temple, scholars, healers, and priests gather, their faces hopeful under the rising sun. A priest offers scrolls to Isis, sprinkling Nile water, its cool touch a blessing. Egyptians chant, thanking Isis for knowledge and health, their voices rising in harmony. Amra's heart swells, the chants weaving Isis's gifts with Alexandria's spirit, a thread of unity. Ptolemy explains the festival strengthens Egypt's tie to Isis, ensuring vitality for their work. The priest offers scrolls to the four directions: east for dawn, south for warmth, west for rest, north for strength, praying for harmony across the land. Amara offers her scroll, guided by Khepri's prayer. May wisdom endure, may Alexandria thrive, may our hearts align. The words resonate deep within, a vow to record with care and devotion. The festival fills the morning with chants, the air thick with incense, and Amara feels part of something ancient. Priests share tales of Egypt's healers, Isis's blessings growing the city from its Nile roots. These stories link Amara to her ancestors Egyptians believing tales keep their culture alive, a living legacy. Priests recount times when illness tested Alexandria, yet scribes and prayers to Isis restored health. Their scrolls a lifeline. Amara admires their resilience, imagining herself among them, preserving remedies with her quill. The festival shows Egypt's unity, its community a source of strength against adversity. Khepri says today's prayers will guide Amra's work, her records a gift to future generations. A scholar nearby nods, his own scroll offered with reverence. The chants continue, and Amara listens to a priest's story of a healer who saved a village with an Isis-blessed remedy. She feels inspired, her role as a scribe magnified by these tales. The temple's walls echo with voices, a symphony of faith, and Amara joins in, her voice steady. Ptolemy stands beside her, his presence a comfort, and she feels the community's warmth. The festival's rhythm soothes her, a reminder of shared purpose. As the sun climbs higher, priests light offerings, their flames a symbol of renewal. Amara watches, her scroll now part of the temple's heart, and feels a quiet pride. Khepri shares a tale of her grandmother, a healer who prayed to Isis during a drought, her remedies sustaining the people. Amara adds this to her mental notes, her quill's next task clear. The community's stories weave together, strengthening her resolve. The festival pauses for a moment of silence, the crowd's breath held in reverence. Amara closes her eyes, feeling the Nile's distant flow, a connection to Egypt's heart. Ptolemy whispers of past festivals, their success a testament to unity, and Amara nods, her mind at peace. The priest resumes, offering water to the crowd, a blessing that cools her hands. She feels renewed, her purpose deepened. The ceremony nears its end, and Amara joins a final chant, her voice blending with the multitude. Priests recount a time when a scribe's record saved a healer's life, their collaboration a model for Amara. She admires this teamwork, imagining her scrolls aiding Khepri in the future. The festival shows Egypt's strength, its people bound by knowledge and faith. Ptolemy says the prayers will guide her quill, and she feels ready to return to her work. The festival concludes with a priest's blessing, his words a gentle farewell. Amara receives the water blessing, its touch a seal on her vows. The walk home is quiet, the harbor's waves a soft lullaby, and her heart is full of prayers. She thinks of the scrolls offered, their wisdom now under Isis's care, and feels a deep connection to her city. The day's peace lingers, a gift to carry forward. After the festival, Amara resumes her work at the library, the scent of papyrus grounding her thoughts. Khepri approaches, asking her to record a new remedy for a merchant's wound, a task that stirs Amra's purpose. It is to 50 BCE, and Egyptians call scribes the keepers of healing, their scrolls a vital link. Amara carries her quill, noting myrrh's use for infection, her hands steady as she prepares to serve. The library bustles with scholars and traders, their voices a soft hum, and Amara feels purpose, knowing her records unite Alexandria's people, her heart tied to their health. Ptolemy teaches her to detail remedies with clarity, ensuring healers can replicate them. Egyptians rely on scribes to preserve knowledge, honoring Isis with every stroke. He shares a story of a scribe who saved a healer's work during a fire, their scrolls enduring through courage. Amara admires their strength, imagining herself preserving cures, her quill a tool of resilience. She records Khepri's remedy, her notes precise, capturing the myrrh's earthy scent and its application to the wound. The merchant, Onpu, arrives, his leg bandaged from a trade route injury. He shares tales of trading myrrh across the Mediterranean, his route supplying Alexandria with precious herbs. Amara feels her scrolls connect to his work, part of Egypt's vast network, and she notes his story alongside the remedy. Ptolemy emphasizes verifying herb sources, guiding her to ask Ompu about myrrh's origin, and she learns to ensure purity, her mind sharp with new insight. Amara helps Khepri apply the remedy. Watching the myrrh soothe Ampu's wound, she records the process, learning its effects, her quill moving with care. Egyptians believe every scroll strengthens their city, a truth Amara holds close as she works. Ompu speaks of storms at sea, his voice steady with experience, and Amara feels a bond, her records preserving his journey alongside the cure. The library's light filters through, a quiet witness to their collaboration. Back at the library, Amara organizes her scrolls, her fingers tracing the day's work. Ptolemy shares tales of scribes facing lost knowledge, their records enduring. Through faith, Amara feels connected to this legacy, her craft a continuation of their devotion. Khepri visits, bringing fresh herbs, and they discuss myrrh's uses, adding details to Amra's notes. She feels the weight of her role, her heart steady with purpose as the community's trust grows. The afternoon brings a scholar, Horemheb, who seeks Amra's records for a medical text. She shares her myrrh remedy, her quill ready to expand. The scroll, Horemheb speaks of Alexandria's intellectual rise, his words inspiring, and Amara feels pride in her contribution. Ptolemy guides her to cross-check facts, ensuring accuracy, and she learns the value of collaboration. The library's walls echo with their discussion, a symphony of knowledge as evening nears. Amara visits Ompu again, noting his wound's improvement. She records the progress, her quill capturing Khepri's observations, and feels satisfaction in the healing. Ompu offers thanks, his voice warm, and Amara adds his gratitude to her notes, a testament to their shared effort. Ptolemy praises her diligence, and she feels ready to face more challenges, her work a bridge between lives. Night falls, and Amara sits with her scrolls, the ink scent a comfort. She reflects on Ampu's journey, Khepri's skill, and Ptolemy's guidance, each a thread in Alexandria's fabric. The Egyptians' way is a cycle of care, and Amara feels woven into it, her remedies a gift to the city. She organizes her workspace, her hands steady, preparing for tomorrow's tasks. The library's lights twinkle beyond, a beacon of hope. Amara rests briefly, the day's lessons settling in her mind. She thinks of the festival's chants, the scrolls offered to Isis, and feels a renewed sense of duty. Khepri joins her, sharing tea, and they discuss future remedies, their conversation a quiet bond. Amara adds notes, her quill moving with purpose, and feels the community's strength. The night grows still, and she dreams of papyrus and healing, ready to continue her work. Amara meets Thalia, a 22-year-old eager to learn scribing, sent by a scholar at the library. It is to 50 BCE, and Egyptians value passing knowledge to ensure Alexandria's health. Amara takes Thalia to the library's quiet halls, showing her how to ink papyrus, the motion a gentle rhythm. Thalia's curiosity sparks Amra's pride, knowing she passed Ptolemy's teachings, her heart steady with purpose. The morning, light dances on the scrolls, a promise of wisdom shared. Amara teaches Thalia to record aloe's uses, explaining its cooling strength for burns, her quill guiding the lesson. Egyptians rely on scribes to train successors, preserving Isis's gifts for future generations. Ptolemy shares tales of young scribes, saving cures through diligence, their quills a lifeline. Amara feels her role grow, mentoring for Alexandria's future, and Thalia helps copy a remedy, learning ink's flow. Amara explains checking herb names, a skill Ptolemy taught, her voice calm and clear. Ptolemy shares a story of a scribe facing damaged scrolls, persevering through care to restore knowledge. Amara admires their resilience, guiding Thalia carefully, her hands steady. Egyptians believe lessons strengthen their city, and Amara feels this truth in every stroke. Khepri speaks of a festival for Serapis, god of healing, planned soon, and Amara imagines its chants uniting Alexandria. Thalia listens, her eyes bright with eagerness. The family prepares for the festival, Thalia helping Ptolemy pack scrolls, learning their sacred role. Amara teaches her to verify dosages, Egypt's wisdom guiding their work, and Thalia's quill follows with care. Amara practices a prayer for Serapis, feeling her duty deepen, her voice soft in the library's silence. Khepri brings herbs, and they discuss their uses, adding to Thalia's education. The morning grows warm, a gentle hum of learning filling the air. Amara visits a patient with Thalia, a weaver with a sprain, recording Aloe's application. The weaver shares tales of crafting linen for the temple, her work supporting rituals. Amara feels her scrolls connect to this labor, part of Alexandria's network, and Thalia notes the remedy, her hands learning. Ptolemy teaches them to assess pain, ensuring accuracy, and Amara guides Thalia with patience, her heart tied to the craft. Back at the library, Amara organizes scrolls with Thalia, their fingers tracing ink. Ptolemy recounts a tale of a scribe who taught during a siege, their knowledge enduring. Amara feels connected to this legacy, her mentorship a continuation. Khepri joins, sharing a tea recipe, and Thalia records it, her quill steady. Amara feels pride in her apprentice's growth. The community's trust a quiet strength. The afternoon brings a healer, Nefer, seeking Amra's records. Thalia assists, learning to cross-check details, and Amara feels her role expand. Nefer speaks of Nile herbs, his stories enriching their notes, and Ptolemy praises their teamwork. The library's walls hold their voices, a testament to shared wisdom. Amara rests briefly, the scent of papyrus calming her thoughts on the festival. As evening falls, Amara and Thalia prepare offerings for Serapis. Ptolemy guides their final scrolls, ensuring clarity, and Amara feels ready. Thalia asks about past festivals, and Ptolemy shares a tale of unity, his voice soothing. Amara adds this to her mental notes, her quill poised for tomorrow. The city's lights twinkle, a beacon of hope, and she feels connected to its spirit. Night deepens, and Amara sits with Thalia, reviewing the day's work. She thinks of the weaver's healing, Nefer's herbs, and Ptolemy's guidance, each a thread in Alexandria's fabric. The Egyptian's way is a cycle, and Amara feels woven into it, her mentorship a gift. Thalia practices a prayer, her voice soft, and Amara smiles, her heart full. She rests, her dreams filled with scrolls and the festival's promise. Amara, Ptolemy, Khepri, and Thalia walk to the temple of Serapis near the harbor, their steps soft in the dawn's gentle light. It is 250 BCE, and Egyptians revere Serapis, god of healing, offering scrolls to seek his blessing. Amara carries a scroll, feeling its significance, the papyrus a labor of love. Khepri chants, her voice blending with the morning's calm, and Amara feels anticipation, knowing this festival will strengthen Alexandria's bond with its people. At the temple, scholars, healers, and priests gather, their faces grateful under the rising sun. A priest offers scrolls to Serapis, sprinkling water from the Nile, its touch a sacred rite. Egyptians chant, thanking Serapis for wisdom and health, their voices a harmonious wave. Amra's heart lifts, the chants tying Serapis's gifts to Alexandria, a thread of unity, Ptolemy explains the festival binds Egyptians to Serapis, ensuring vitality for their work. The priest offers scrolls to the four directions: east for dawn, south for warmth, west for rest, north for strength, praying for harmony. Amara offers her scroll, guided by Khepri's prayer: may knowledge endure, may Alexandria thrive, may our hearts unite. The words resonate, a vow to scribe with devotion. The festival fills the morning with chants, the air thick with incense, and Amara feels part of an ancient rhythm. Priests share tales of Egypt's healers, Serapis' blessings building the city from its roots. Amara feels connected to her ancestors. Egyptians believing tales keep culture alive. Priests recount times when illness tested Alexandria, yet scribes and prayers to Serapis prevailed, their scrolls a beacon. Amara admires their resilience, imagining herself among them, preserving remedies. The festival shows Egypt's unity, its community a source of strength. Khepri says prayers guide Amra's work, her records a gift to the future. Thalia listens, her eyes wide with wonder, learning from the ritual. The chants continue, and Amara hears a priest's story of a healer who saved a child with a Serapis blessed remedy. She feels inspired, her role magnified by these tales. The temple's walls echo with voices, and she joins in, her voice steady. Ptolemy stands beside her, his presence a comfort, and she feels the community's warmth. The festival's rhythm soothes her, a reminder of shared purpose. Her heart calmed as the sun climbs. Priests light offerings, their flames a symbol of renewal. Amara watches, her scroll now part of the temple's heart, and feels quiet pride. Khepri shares a tale of her father, a healer who prayed to Serapis during a storm, his remedies sustaining the village. Amara adds this to her mental notes, her quill's next task clear, her mind at peace. The festival pauses for silence, the crowd's breath held in reverence. Amara closes her eyes, feeling the Nile's distant flow, a connection to Egypt's heart. Ptolemy whispers of past festivals, their success a testament to unity, and Amara nods, her spirit lifted. The priest resumes, offering water to the crowd, its coolness a blessing on her hands, renewing her vows. The ceremony nears its end, and Amara joins a final chant, her voice blending with the multitude. Priests recount a time when a scribe's record aided a healer's cure, their collaboration a model. Amara admires this teamwork, imagining her scrolls helping Khepri. The festival shows Egypt's strength, its people bound by knowledge. Ptolemy says prayers guide her quill, and she feels ready to return to her craft. The festival concludes with a priest's blessing, his words a gentle farewell. Amara receives the water blessing, its touch a seal on her vows. The walk home is quiet, the harbor's waves a soft lullaby, and her heart is full of prayers. She thinks of the scrolls offered, their wisdom now under Serapis' care, and feels a deep connection to her city. The day's peace lingers, a gift to carry forward, her steps light. Amara sits by the library, the scent of ink calming her mind as the sun dips low. She reflects on Alexandria's traditions, preserving health through centuries of knowledge, each scroll a testament to resilience. The Egyptians' culture brings, with wisdom, from scrolls to festivals, a legacy she feels in every stroke. Imagine standing with Amara, feeling the library's peace, its quiet strength a balm for the soul. You can explore this world, visit a museum, read about Egyptian medicine, or study their scribes. Each step brings you closer to their story, inspiring through care and dedication. Amara thinks of the festivals of Isis and Serapis, her scrolls offered in prayer, and Ptolemy's teachings guiding her quill. The Egyptians' traditions are a gift, keeping health alive across generations. She feels pride, knowing she passed these to Thalia, her apprentice. She imagines mentoring others, sharing skills in the library's halls, and smiles at the thought of a chain of wisdom. The Egyptian's way is a cycle, and Amara is part of it, her heart steady with purpose as she records each remedy. Amara recalls the chants, the prayers to Isis and Serapis, and the tales of resilience shared by priests. These moments are sacred, showing Egypt's strength against adversity. She feels grateful for her knowledge, guiding her to scribe with devotion, her quill a quiet servant to the community. Amara visits a healer, recording a salve for a merchant's cut, her hands gentle as she notes the Mers effect. The Egyptians' way is a river, flowing through time, carrying medicine to the future, and Amara knows her work strengthens Alexandria. The afternoon brings Thalia, eager to learn more, and Amara teaches her to verify herb sources, a lesson from Ptolemy. They discuss Aloe's uses, Thalia's quill following with care, and Amara feels pride in her growth. The library's hum surrounds them, a symphony of intellect, and she imagines future scribes carrying this knowledge. Khepri joins, sharing a tale of a healer who saved a child with a rare remedy, and Amara adds it to her mental notes, her role expanding as evening falls. Amara organizes her scrolls, her fingers tracing the day's work. She thinks of the community's trust, their reliance on her records, and feels a deep connection. Ptolemy speaks of a scribe who preserved knowledge during a famine, their scrolls feeding hope, and Amara feels inspired. She practices a prayer for Isis, her voice soft, asking for guidance in her craft. The city's lights twinkle beyond, a reminder of its enduring spirit. Amara rests briefly, the scent of papyrus a comfort, her mind on the festival's chants. She envisions the temple's peace, the priest's blessings, and her scroll's place among them. Thalia asks about past healers, and Ptolemy shares a story of unity, his voice soothing. Amara feels ready to guide her apprentice, her work a bridge to the future. The Egyptian's resilience is a gift, and she honors it with every note. Night deepens, and Amara sits with her scrolls, reflecting on the day's lessons. She thinks of the merchant's healing, Khepri's skill, and Ptolemy's wisdom, each a thread in Alexandria's fabric. The cycle of care sustains them, and Amara feels woven into it, her quill a tool of preservation. She imagines Thalia teaching others, the knowledge flowing onward, and smiles at the thought. The library's quiet hum lulls her, a promise of continuity. Amara prepares a final scroll, her hands steady, ensuring clarity for tomorrow. She thinks of the Nile's gentle flow, a symbol of Egypt's enduring life, and feels connected to its rhythm. Ptolemy joins her, praising her diligence, and she feels a surge of purpose. The night grows still, the city's pulse a distant echo, and Amara rests, her dreams filled with papyrus and the promise of wisdom preserved. Amara wakes to a quiet library, the usual bustle subdued by news of a papyrus shortage. Alexandria's scribes face a challenge as trade routes falter. She feels the weight of her duty, her quill still, and dreams of preserving knowledge despite scarcity. The morning air carries a hint of dust, and Amra's heart ties to her city's resilience, determined to adapt. Ptolemy visits, his voice calm, sharing tales of scribes who crafted records on scraps during past shortages. Amara visits Khepri, whose clinic needs her scrolls for a patient's fever. Egyptians rely on scribes to maintain healing knowledge, and Amara vows to find a solution. She records remedies on thin papyrus scraps, her quill moving with care, learning to conserve. Khepri shares stories of Nile floods disrupting trade, her remedies enduring through ingenuity. Amara feels connected, her work a lifeline, and Ptolemy teaches her to prioritize essential records. His guidance a steady hand. The shortage spreads, and Amara meets a merchant, Seti, who explains delayed shipments from the Delta. She notes his tale, her quill capturing the struggle, and feels a bond with his efforts. Ptolemy suggests reusing old scrolls, and Amara learns to erase faded ink, her hands gentle with the fragile paper. Egyptians believe every record strengthens their city, and she holds this truth close, her mind focused. Amara organizes her workspace, sorting usable scraps with Thalia's help. Ptolemy recounts a story of a scribe who saved knowledge during a siege, using every fragment. Amara admires their resourcefulness, guiding Thalia to clean scrolls, her heart steady. Khepri brings herbs, and they discuss substitutes, adding notes to their limited stock. The library's quiet and reflects their determination, a quiet strength. The afternoon brings a scholar, Isis, seeking medical texts. Amara shares her adapted records, her quill steady despite the shortage. Isis speaks of Alexandria's intellectual spirit, inspiring Amara to persevere. Ptolemy helps verify details, ensuring accuracy, and she feels pride in their teamwork. The library's walls hold their voices, a testament to shared wisdom. Even in scarcity. As evening falls, Amara visits a patient with Thalia, a sailor with a cut, recording a remedy on a scrap. The sailor shares tales of stormy seas, his resilience mirroring hers. Amara feels her scrolls connect to his journey, and Thalia notes the cure, her hands learning. Ptolemy praises their efforts, and she feels ready to face the challenge. Her work a bridge, night deepens, and Amara sits with her scraps, the ink center comfort. She reflects on Seti's trade, Khepri's skill, and Ptolemy's wisdom, each a thread in Alexandria's fabric. The Egyptian's way endures, and Amara feels woven into it, her quill a tool of survival. She organizes her workspace, her hands steady, preparing for tomorrow. The library's lights twinkle, a beacon of hope. Amara rests briefly, the day's lessons settling in her mind. She thinks of the shortage's challenge, the community's support, and feels a renewed sense of duty. Khepri joins her, sharing tea, and they discuss future plans, their conversation a quiet bond. Amara adds notes, her quill moving with purpose, and feels the city's strength. The night grows still, and she dreams of papyrus and resilience, ready to continue. Amara attends a debate at the library, the air thick with voices as scholars discuss herbal cures. It is to 50 BCE, and Alexandria's intellect thrives, challenging her to refine her records. She feels the weight of her role, her quill ready, and dreams of capturing their wisdom. The morning light streams through, and Amra's heart ties to the city's pursuit of knowledge, her mind alert. Ptolemy sits beside her, his calm presence guiding, sharing tales of past debates, shaping medicine. Amara records a scholar, Horace, arguing aloe's use for fevers, his voice firm. Egyptians rely on scribes to preserve such discussions, and Amara ensures accuracy, learning from Ptolemy's notes. Another scholar, Neith, counters with Mer's strength, and Amara feels the tension, her quill moving to capture both sides. Khepri listens nearby, offering insights, and Amara adds her healer's perspective, her work a bridge between theory and practice. The debate intensifies, and Amara meets a physician, Seth, who questions coriander's efficacy. She notes his challenge, her quill steady, and feels a bond with his inquiry. Ptolemy teaches her to balance opinions, guiding her to seek evidence, and she learns to weigh each claim, her mind sharp. Egyptians believe every record strengthens their city, and Amara holds this truth close, her focus clear. Amara organizes her notes with Thalia, their fingers tracing ink. Ptolemy recounts a tale of a scribe who resolved a debate with records, their wisdom enduring. Amara admires their clarity, guiding Thalia to categorize points, her heart steady. Khepri joins, sharing a patient's response to coriander, and they add this to their notes. The library's hum reflects their effort, a quiet strength. The afternoon brings Horace again, seeking Amra's records for his text. She shares her balanced notes, her quill ready to expand, and feels pride in her contribution. Neith praises her fairness, and Ptolemy helps verify details, ensuring accuracy. The library's walls hold their voices, a testament to shared knowledge, her role growing dot as evening falls. Amara reflects on the debate with Thalia, recording insights. She feels her scrolls connect to the scholar's work, part of Alexandria's intellect, and Thalia notes her thoughts, her hands learning. Ptolemy praises their efforts, and she feels ready to face more discussions. Her work a bridge, night deepens, and Amara sits with her scrolls, the ink center comfort. She reflects on Horace's aloe, Neith's myrrh, and Seth's challenge, each a thread in Alexandria's fabric. The Egyptians way indoors, and Amara feels woven into it, her quill a tool of understanding. She organizes her workspace, her hands steady, preparing for tomorrow. The library's lights twinkle, a beacon of hope. Amara rests briefly, the day's lessons settling in her mind. She thinks of the debate's richness, the community's support, and feels a renewed sense of duty. Khepri joins her, sharing tea, and they discuss the findings, their conversation a quiet bond. Amara adds notes, her quill moving with purpose, and feels the city's strength. The night grows still, and she dreams of papyrus and wisdom. Ready to continue, Amara joins a healing festival for Isis and Serapis, the temple near the harbor alive with chants. It is to 50 BCE, and Egyptians gather to honor their gods, offering scrolls and herbs. Amara carries a record, feeling its weight, and dreams of strengthening her community. The morning air carries incense, and her heart ties to Alexandria's spirit, her steps light. Ptolemy walks beside her, his calm voice sharing tales of past festivals healing the city. At the temple, healers, scribes, and priests assemble, their faces bright with hope. A priest offers scrolls to Isis, sprinkling Nile water, a sacred rite. Egyptians chant, thanking the gods for health and wisdom, their voices a gentle wave. Amra's heart lives, the chants weaving divine gifts with Alexandria's life. Khepri explains the festival renews Egypt's bond with its deities, ensuring vitality. The priest offers herbs to the four directions, praying for harmony. Amara offers her scroll, guided by Khepri's prayer. May healing endure, may Alexandria thrive, may our hearts unite. The words resonate, a vow to serve. The festival fills the morning with chants, the air rich with offerings, and Amara feels part of a sacred rhythm. Priests share tales of healers, saved by divine aid, linking her to her ancestors, a living legacy. Priests recount times when plagues tested Alexandria, yet prayers and scrolls prevailed. Amara admires their faith, imagining herself among them, preserving cures. The festival shows Egypt's unity, its community a source of strength. Thalia listens, her eyes wide, learning from the ritual, and Amara guides her quill. The chants continue, and Amara hears a priest's story of a healer cured by Isis. She feels inspired, her role magnified. The temple echoes with voices, and she joins in, her voice steady. Ptolemy stands beside her, a comfort, and she feels the community's warmth. The festival's rhythm soothes her, a reminder of shared purpose. As the sun rises, priests light flames, a symbol of renewal. Amara watches, her scroll part of the temple's heart, and feels pride. Khepri shares a tale of her mother's healing prayer, and Amara adds it to her notes, her mind at peace. The community's stories weave together, strengthening her resolve. The festival pauses for silence, a moment of reverence. Amara closes her eyes, feeling the Nile's flow, a connection to Egypt's heart. Ptolemy whispers of unity, and she nods, her spirit lifted. The priest offers water, its coolness a blessing, renewing her vows. The ceremony nears its end, and Amara joins a final chant, her voice blending with the crowd. Priests recount a scribe's role in a cure, a model for her. The festival shows Egypt's strength, its people bound by faith. Khepri says prayers guide her work, and she feels ready. The festival concludes with a blessing, its words a gentle farewell. Amara receives the water, its touch a seal on her vows. The walk home is quiet, the harbor's waves a lullaby, and her heart is full. She thinks of the scrolls offered, their wisdom divine, and feels connected to her city. The day's peace lingers, a gift to carry. Amara sits with Ptolemy at the library, his voice guiding her through a lesson on rare herbs. It is to 50 BCE, and Alexandria's knowledge deepens, challenging her to grow. She feels the weight of her role, her quill ready, and dreams of mastering her craft. The morning light softens the room, and her heart ties to her mentor's wisdom, her mind open. Ptolemy shares tales of scribes who learned from nature, their records enduring. Amara records Ptolemy's lesson on lotus, its calming effect for fevers, her quill moving with care. Egyptians rely on scribes to preserve such wisdom, and she ensures accuracy, learning his methods. Khepri visits, adding a healer's view, and Amara feels the blend of theory and practice, her work a bridge. Ptolemy teaches lotus's source, guiding her to verify, and she learns precision, her hands steady. Amara meets a gardener, who supplies lotus, and notes his tale of Nile cultivation. She feels her scrolls connect to his labor, part of Egypt's cycle, and Ptolemy emphasizes plant care, her mind sharp. Egyptians believe every record strengthens their city, and Amara holds this close, her focus clear. Thalia assists, learning from Ray's stories, her quill following. Amara organizes her notes with Thalia, their fingers tracing ink. Ptolemy recounts a scribe who mastered herbs during a drought, their knowledge saving lives. Amara admires their skill, guiding Thalia to categorize, her heart steady. Khepri joins, sharing a lotus remedy, and they add it to their records. The library's hum reflects their effort, a quiet strength. The afternoon brings a healer, Seneb, seeking lotus notes. Amara shares her records, her quill ready to expand, and feels pride. Seneb praises her detail, and Ptolemy helps verify, ensuring accuracy. The library's walls hold their voices, a testament to shared wisdom. Her role growing as evening falls. Amara reflects with Thalia, recording insights. She feels her scrolls connect to Ray's work, part of Alexandria's life, and Thalia notes her thoughts, her hands learning. Ptolemy praises their effort, and she feels ready, her work a bridge. Night deepens, and Amara sits with her scrolls, the ink scent a comfort. She reflects on Ray's lotus, Seneb's need, and Ptolemy's guidance, each a thread in Alexandria's fabric. The Egyptians' way indoors, and she feels woven into it, her quill a tool of mastery. She organizes her workspace, her hands steady, preparing for tomorrow. The library's lights twinkle, a beacon of hope, Amara rests briefly, the days, lessons settling in her mind. She thinks of the lesson's richness, the community's support, and feels a renewed sense of duty. Kepri joins her, sharing tea, and they discuss Lotus, their conversation a quiet bond. Amara adds notes, her quill moving with purpose, and feels the city's strength. The night grows still, and she dreams of papyrus and wisdom, ready to continue. Amara hears of a trade disruption, the library's herb supply dwindling. It is to 50 BCE, and Alexandria faces a test, challenging her resilience. She feels the weight of her duty, her quill still, and dreams of sustaining knowledge. The morning air carries tension, and her heart ties to her city's entrance, her mind focused. Ptolemy visits, his calm voice sharing tales of scribes who adapted during trade failures. Amara visits Kepri, whose clinic lacks mirth for a wound. Egyptians rely on scribes to maintain records, and Amara vows to find solutions. She records substitute remedies on papyrus, her quill moving with care, learning to innovate. Kepri shares stories of past shortages, her remedies enduring through creativity. Amara feels connected, her work a lifeline, and Ptolemy teaches her to prioritize, his guidance a steady hand. Amara meets a trader, Heka, who explains blocked routes from the south. She notes his tale, her quill capturing the struggle, and feels a bond with his efforts. Ptolemy suggests local herbs, and Amara learns to adapt, her hands gentle with new plants. Egyptians believe every record strengthens their city, and she holds this close, her focus clear. Thalia assists, learning from Heka's stories, her quill following. Amara organizes her workspace, sorting records with Thalia. Ptolemy recounts a scribe who thrived during a trade halt, their ingenuity saving knowledge. Amara admires their adaptability, guiding Thalia to adjust notes, her heart steady. Kepri joins, sharing a local remedy, and they add it to their records. The library's quiet hum reflects their determination, a quiet strength. The afternoon brings a healer, Marit, seeking more substitutes. Amara shares her adapted records, her quill ready to expand, and feels pride. Marit praises her effort, and Ptolemy helps verify, ensuring accuracy. The library's walls hold their voices, a testament to shared wisdom. Her role growing dark as evening falls. Amara visits a patient with Thalia, a farmer with a rash, recording a local cure. The farmer shares tales of Nile fields, his resilience, mirroring hers. Amara feels her scrolls connect to his labor, and Thalia notes the remedy, her hands learning. Ptolemy praises their work, and she feels ready, her work a bridge. Night deepens, and Amara sits with her scrolls, the ink scent, a comfort. She reflects on Heka's trade, Marit's need, and Ptolemy's wisdom, each a thread in Alexandria's fabric. The Egyptian's way endures, and she feels woven into it, her quill a tool of survival. She organizes her workspace, her hands steady, preparing for tomorrow. The library's lights twinkle, a beacon of hope. Amara rests briefly, the days, lessons settling in her mind. She thinks of the disruption's challenge, the community's support, and feels a renewed sense of duty. Kepri joins her, sharing tea, and they discuss substitutes, their conversation a quiet bond. Amara adds notes, her quill moving with purpose, and feels the city's strength. The night grows still, and she dreams of papyrus and resilience, ready to continue. Amara joins a community gathering near the harbor, the air filled with voices and the scent of bread. It is to 50 BCE, and Egyptians unite to share knowledge, strengthening their bonds. She feels the weight of her role, her quill ready, and dreams of uniting her city. The morning light warms the scene, and her heart ties to Alexandria's spirit, her mind open. Ptolemy stands beside her, his calm voice sharing tales of gatherings that save traditions. Amara records a healer, Tulia, sharing a fever cure, her quill moving with care. Egyptians rely on scribes to preserve such wisdom, and she ensures accuracy. Learning from the exchange, a farmer, Bess, offers herb tales, and Amara feels the blend of lives, her work a bridge. Ptolemy teaches her to note details, guiding her to listen, and she learns depth, her hands steady. Amara meets a weaver, Nefert, who supplies linen for scrolls, and notes her story of craft. She feels her records connect to Nefert's labor, part of Egypt's cycle, and Ptolemy emphasizes community ties, her mind sharp. Egyptians believe every record strengthens their city, and Amara holds this close, her focus clear. Thalia assists, learning from Nefert's tales, her quill following. Amara organizes her notes with Thalia, their fingers tracing ink. Ptolemy recounts a scribe who united a village with records, their wisdom enduring. Amara admires their unity, guiding Thalia to categorize, her heart steady. Khepri joins, sharing a remedy story, and they add it to their notes. The gathering some reflects their efforts, a quiet strength. The afternoon brings a child, Sen, seeking a cure tale. Amara shares her records, her quill ready to expand, and feels pride. Sen's mother praises her, and Ptolemy helps verify, ensuring accuracy. The crowd's voices hold their words, a testament to shared wisdom. Her role growing dark as evening falls. Amara reflects with Thalia, recording insights. She feels her scrolls connect to the weaver's work, part of Alexandria's life, and Thalia notes her thoughts, her hands learning. Ptolemy praises their effort, and she feels ready. Her work a bridge, night deepens, and Amara sits with her scrolls, the ink scents a comfort. She reflects on Tuya's cure, Nefert's linen, and Ptolemy's guidance, each a thread in Alexandria's fabric. The Egyptians way indoors, and she feels woven into it, her quill a tool of unity. She organizes her workspace, her hands steady, preparing for tomorrow. The harbor's lights twinkle, a beacon of hope. Amara rests briefly, the day's lessons settling in her mind. She thinks of the gathering's warmth, the community's support, and feels a renewed sense of duty. Khepri joins her, sharing tea, and they discuss the tales, their conversation a quiet bond. Amara adds notes, her quill moving with purpose, and feels the city's strength. The night grows still, and she dreams of papyrus and unity, ready to continue. Amara sits in the library, her final scroll complete, the air heavy with history. It is to 50 BCE, and Alexandria's knowledge stands tall, marking her journey's end. She feels the weight of her legacy, her quill at rest, and dreams of its future. The morning light softens the room, and her heart ties to her city's entrance. Her mind at peace, Ptolemy joins her, his calm voice sharing tales of scribes whose work shaped generations. Amara reviews her records, noting Aloe's healing for burns, her quill a testament to years of work. Egyptians rely on scribes to leave legacies, and she ensures clarity, learning from Ptolemy's wisdom. Khepri visits, praising her scroll's aid to healers, and Amara feels the blend of lives, her work a bridge. Ptolemy teaches her to seal the records, guiding her to protect them, and she learns care, her hands steady. Amara meets Thalia, now skilled, and passes her the scroll, noting her growth. She feels her records connect to Thalia's future, part of Egypt's cycle, and Ptolemy emphasizes teaching, her mind sharp. Egyptians believe every record strengthens their city, and Amara holds this close, her focus clear. Thalia thanks her, her quill ready. Learning from the legacy, Amara organizes her workspace, her fingers tracing ink. Ptolemy recounts a scribe whose scrolls inspired a dynasty, their wisdom enduring. Amara admires their impact, guiding Thalia to preserve her heart. Steady, Khepri joins, sharing a patient's thanks, and they add it to the final notes. The library's hum reflects their effort, a quiet strength. The afternoon brings a scholar, Anubis, seeking her records. Amara shares her legacy, her quill at rest, and feels pride. Anubis praises her work, and Ptolemy helps seal the scrolls, ensuring safety. The library's walls hold their voices, a testament to shared wisdom. Her role complete. As evening falls, Amara reflects with Thalia, her journey's end in sight. She feels her scrolls connect to the city's life, part of Alexandria's soul, and Thalia notes her thoughts, her hands steady. Ptolemy praises her legacy, and she feels ready, her work a gift. Imagine exploring this history. Visit a museum, read of Egyptian scribes, or share their tales. Each step honors their care, inspiring your own journey. Night deepens, and Amara sits with her scrolls, the ink center comfort. She reflects on Khepri's skill, Thalia's growth, and Ptolemy's guidance, each a thread in Alexandria's fabric. The Egyptian's way endures, and she feels woven into it, her quill a tool of legacy. She organizes her workspace, her hands at peace, preparing to rest. The library's lights twinkle, a beacon of hope. Amara rests, the day's lessons settling. In her mind, she thinks of her scroll's future, the community's trust, and feels a deep sense of duty fulfilled. Khepri joins her, sharing tea, and they discuss the legacy, their conversation a quiet bond. Amara smiles, her quill silent, and feels the city's strength. The night grows still, and she dreams of papyrus and eternity, ready to pass the torch. As stars gleam over Alexandria, Amara stands by the library, the scent of papyrus lingering in the night. The city rests, its harbor quiet, and she holds her final scroll, its texture a reminder of years spent healing through knowledge. Egyptians built a culture thriving on wisdom, community, and faith, and Amara feels this legacy, woven through her journey as a scribe. The Nile's gentle flow mirrors her life's work, a river of resilience. Amara reflects on her path recording aloe, with Khepri, chanting at festivals for Isis and Serapis, unlearning from Ptolemy. She recalls shortages and debates, overcome through unity, and tales of scribes shared by her mentor. Each moment is Alexandria, sustained by its people's spirit. The Egyptian's way is a cycle, like the Nile's seasons, and Amara has played her part, mentoring Thalia to carry it forward. The library symbolizes Egypt's endurance. Amara remembers challenges, trade disruptions, papyrus scarcity, but her city persevered, united by purpose. She thinks of prayers to Isis, gatherings with neighbors, and bonds forged. These are Alexandria's heart, a city built on its people's wisdom. Amara feels gratitude for Khepri, Thalia, and Ptolemy, guiding her to scribe with devotion. Alexandria's legacy is a scroll, unfurling through time, carrying medicine to future generations. Amara imagines Thalia among these records, teaching others. She sees Egypt enduring, its people strengthened by her work. The Egyptian's culture flows in every remedy, every prayer, and Amara knows her scrolls preserve this heritage, ensuring Alexandria's vitality. As you rest, let Alexandria's peace linger. Amra's story is a window into wisdom and resilience. Explore Egyptian history, visit a museum, read about their scribes, or share their tales. Each step brings you closer to their world, inspiring through enduring care. Amara thinks of her scrolls, her prayers, and her city. Let this story carry you to sleep, a reminder of knowledge growing through time. Asterisk asterisk. As the story fades into the night, we hope its echoes guide you to rest. At Sleepy Story, we weave tales of ancient worlds to soothe your mind, from Alexandria's scribes to distant traditions. Each narrative is a thread in history's tapestry, reminding us of wisdom and strength. We invite you to carry this piece, letting it lull you to sleep. The lives you've heard tonight of scribes preserving knowledge or healers tending wounds are a window into the past's resilience. Their stories live on in history's embrace. Explore this world further, visit a museum, read about ancient cultures, or subscribe to Sleepy Story for more journeys through time, crafted to educate and calm. Thank you for listening, for letting us guide you through history's tales. As you close your eyes, let these stories, like a gentle breeze, carry you forward. The past is a quiet light in the darkness. Good night from Sleepy Story, and may your dreams be filled with history's echoes, guiding you to a peaceful rest.